Have you ever had one of those days where you wake up already feeling tired, even though you slept? Or you find yourself staring at your phone, rereading a message and wondering what it really meant? Or you're in the middle of a conversation, nodding, responding, but part of your mind is somewhere else entirely, thinking about the next appointment or the next step or the next what if. Maybe you have caught yourself thinking, why does this feel so heavy when nothing obvious is even happening today? Or why am I so emotional over something so small? And from the outside, it can look like everything is just normal. You're functioning, you're showing up, you're getting through your day. But underneath that, there is something else running quietly, constantly. So if this sounds familiar, let's explore that something together today. Maybe take a moment, grab a glass of water or a cup of tea, and if you can, just sit back for a few minutes and relax. Enjoy the show. Hello and a warm welcome to my podcast show, Your Fertility Counselor. I'm your host, Tanya Fessler, and together we will dive into all things fertility, offering support, expert insights, and practical evidence-based advice for anyone navigating their fertility journey. So grab a cup of tea and make yourself comfortable. Let's get started. Hi, and welcome back. Today, I want to talk about something that I see so often, and that is so rarely named, the invisible load you are carrying. I'm not sure how this works for you, but I definitely experience that at least twice a week, if not even daily sometimes. So there is something I hear again and again in my work. I don't know why I feel so exhausted. And it makes sense because this kind of exhaustion doesn't always have something obvious to point to. It's not just about what you're doing, and it's about more everything that's happening in the background. The thinking, the planning, the hoping, the worrying, all of this combined together. Sometimes I call it like the emotional cocktail because it's so much more. For some of us, it's tracking cycles, waiting for results, replaying conversations, preparing for what might come next. And the thing is, it doesn't switch off. I wish I would have that switch sometimes, but I just don't have it. This kind of load isn't just physical, it's emotional, it's mental, and it's ongoing, never stops. And because it's invisible, it's very easy for others and even for ourselves to underestimate how heavy it actually is. I remember a client once saying to me, I feel like I'm holding everything together, but I don't even know what everything is anymore. And that really stayed with me because then we started to explore what that everything is. And maybe that's something you just want to explore for yourself and start journaling about it or just give it some thoughts. Because that's exactly what it can feel like. Holding something without clear edges, without a clear endpoint, just ongoing. So today, I want to offer you 3 gentle anchors. Not things you have to do, just things to come back to. So the first that comes into my mind, you are not weak, you are overloaded. And there is nothing wrong with you for feeling tired. You are responding to something that requires constant emotional energy because it's important to you. I get this. And when that energy has no real place to land, it builds up. So instead of asking, what's wrong with me? maybe just gently shift it to, of course, I feel this way. Look at what I'm holding. Does this make sense? I hope it does. The second that could be maybe helpful for you is this load is real, even if no one else sees it. You don't need visible proof to validate how you feel. You don't need to compare your experience to someone else's. Your reality is enough. So that's another one to take away, perhaps, and just acknowledge it. If this is your reality, it's enough. It's okay. And the third I was reflecting upon is you don't have to carry it all perfectly. If you're an A-type person like me, I know exactly where you're coming from. And I had to teach myself really the hard way. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. To the point that I actually wrote this down on a piece of paper and it's sticking on my desk as a reminder, as a gentle reminder to myself on a daily basis. So many of you are holding yourselves to such a high standard, trying to stay strong, stay positive, stay in control. And it's awesome. And I can truly, truly see where you're coming from. And I fully understand this. But maybe just for a moment, you can let something soften. It takes sometimes courage. Yes, it does. But when we do that, it also feels like a huge relief. Believe me, I've been there and I've done it. And I must say, it felt so much lighter. So I'm not saying that you have to let go or soften everything. Just one small thing is good enough. And so before we close, I want to offer you something simple. A small pause you can take anytime your mind feels full. Just take a moment and gently ask yourself, what is one thing I'm carrying right now? And yes, maybe you have a couple of things coming through your mind right now, but I'm asking you just one. It could be a thought or a worry or maybe even a decision. And then say silently or softly, for the next 10 minutes, I don't have to solve this. I know it's important, and I'm using my parking lot to put it there. I'm not ignoring it, but I'm just giving myself a little break, a little pause. You're just giving yourself that bit of space. And our mind really, really enjoys that. So if you've been feeling tired or overwhelmed, or like you're just trying to keep it all together, there is a reason for that. And you are not alone in it. Thank you for being here with me today. If this episode felt like something someone else might need, please share it with them. It means the world to me. So I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Bye for now and talk to you next week. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Fertility Counselor podcast. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. If you need support or have any questions, reach out to us via email at inquiries@counselingconnects.com. Don't forget to follow us on social media at Fertility Connects. We'd love to hear from you. If you want to learn more about us and the services we offer, head to www.fertilityconnects.com. And if you're looking for support beyond fertility, visit www.counselingconnects.com. Take care and we'll see you in the next episode.